10 cities to visit in Serbia. Often overlooked in comparison with some of the other countries in southeastern Europe, Serbia and its cities are somewhat of a hidden gem just waiting to be discovered. While the capital Belgrade is making waves due to its pounding nightlife, many of Serbia's lesser-known cities have delightful monasteries, churches, castles and fortresses for you to enjoy. Set alongside beautiful rivers or amidst rolling hills and vales, the best cities in Serbia have numerous music and cultural festivals for visitors to revel in. The nation's fascinating and at times troubled history is yet another reason to visit. This lovely country will surprise you with all that it has to offer. 10. Sombor. Known as Greentown to the locals due to its lovely tree-lined avenues and leafy parks and squares, Sombor has a delightful city center, with the old town hall and Župania building just two of its highlights. Despite having been annexed by Hungary during the Second World War, Sombor's buildings are remarkably well preserved, and the main pedestrian street is full of old-time charm that makes it feel as if you have stepped back into the past. 9. Požarevac. At just over 70 kilometers away from the capital, Požarevac is a well-worth-a-day trip if you're looking to explore the region around Belgrade. As well as a great gallery that focuses on the artworks of famed Serbian painter Barilli, Požarevac has a fantastic museum featuring a huge number of artifacts relating to the city's history. As the ancient Roman city of Viminatium lay nearby, there are lots of Roman coins, pots and weapons to marvel at. You can visit the archaeological site on the outskirts of the city. While only 3 or 4% of it has been excavated to date, it is worth visiting if you are in Požarevac. A great place to go out in, the nightclubs and bars on offer will enable you to experience yet another side to the city. 8. Sremska Mitrovica. One of the oldest towns in Europe, Sremska Mitrovica's impressive history stretches all the way back to 5000 BC. It was once one of the 4 capitals of the Roman Empire, known then as Sirmium. The city is currently in the doldrums a bit, its industry is dwindling and its future looks uncertain. One possible answer could be tourism. It has a wealth of ancient ruins due to the fact it used to be one of the largest cities in the world. The Museum of Srem is fascinating and there are some nice old churches and markets to stop by in addition to the Roman ruins. 7. Vršac. Lying not far from the border with Romania, this small city is easy to explore on foot and there are a few points of interest that you should stop by before heading on to Romania, as many visitors do. With many fine vineyards surrounding the city, as well as verdant hills and an old castle overlooking Vršac, it is a picturesque place with some nice views and great wines to sample. With lots of restaurants and cafes, as well as 2 Orthodox monasteries nearby, Vršac is a lovely little place to spend some time. 6. Subotica. Formerly an influential city in the Austro-Hungarian Empire, the wealth and importance of Subotica drew architects and artists to its streets. This is in large part why it is so magical to visit today. These fine craftsmen left behind beautiful Art Nouveau architecture in the shape of the dazzling buildings that they designed, making Subotica as a delightful place to stroll around. Lying in the north of the country, it is quite multicultural and its large Croat and Hungarian populations make for a vibrant mix of cultures. From here, you can take a day trip to the picturesque lakeside town of Palić. 5. Niš. Dating back to pre-Roman times, Niš certainly has its fair share of historical sites. Numerous Roman emperors were born here. Later ruled by the Ottomans, the impressive fortress and the eerily, yet appropriately named Tower of Skulls are remnants of its tumultuous past which should be included on your to-do list. The third largest city in the country is a bustling place, where trendy cocktail bars and atmospheric cafes are hidden away among old alleys. Thanks in part to its large student population, Niš has a lively music scene, one of the best culinary scenes in the country, and lots of events and festivals for visitors and locals both to enjoy. 4. Kraljevo. Lying in the center of the country, Kraljevo is a small city that is attracting an increasing number of tourists each year. While the city itself is relatively underwhelming, with not much going on, its main draw is what lies outside the confines. Spectacular medieval monasteries are located nearby. They really are beautiful with their breathtaking architecture and delightful frescoes. Dating to the 12th century, Studenica is stunning and is one of the most impressive buildings in the country. In addition to this, from Kraljevo you can visit the Maglic Fortress, which has ancient fortifications and beautiful views of the Ibar River. In summer, you can go rafting along its waterways and rapids. 3. Kragujevac. The 4th largest city in the country lies alongside the Lepenica River. Despite being the industrial center of Serbia, Kragujevac has a lot of things to see and do. There are many historical and cultural attractions for you to stop by, with the Sumaris Memorial Park being particularly interesting to visit. A youthful place, Kragujevac has a lively air to it, and there are a plethora of cheap restaurants and bars for visitors to check out, while its raucous nightlife is yet another draw. 2. Novi Sad. Known as the Athens of Serbia, this delightful city is packed full of historical sites and earned the nickname in part due to the domineering Petrovaradin citadel, which looks out over the city and is in some ways reminiscent of the Parthenon. While it is a charming place with numerous buildings dating back to the Habsburgs, there is a vibrant cultural scene, and every year the citadel hosts a massive music festival. A picturesque place, Novi Sad has lots of little parks dotted about, with cafes and galleries hidden away amidst the winding alleys for you to explore. 1. Belgrade. Lying at the point where the Sava and Danube rivers meet, the capital of Serbia is a happening place that is full of energy and life. With its eclectic mix of architectural styles that include grim socialist concrete blocks and buildings and ruins dating back to when the country was ruled by the Ottomans and Habsburgs, Belgrade is a fascinating city to explore. There are lots of interesting museums on offer, atmospheric coffeehouses, and an impressive citadel, as well as some lovely parks and walks along the river. With its huge number of bars and clubs, Belgrade's nightlife alone makes this city well worth visiting.